I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink anything without feeling pain and true pain.
There's really a lot of men out here that are sexually attracted to women, but they don't actually like women. They don't like women. They don't respect or value anything else about a woman, but they like men. They value things about men. So, what is that?
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first? Like, are you waiting on a girl?
So most men don't approach women. This is a misconception. There's a group of men, small group of men, that approach women. And if they're approaching you, they're approaching every woman. They don't have social anxiety. They don't understand social cues, and they don't read the room, right? These guys oftentimes are even unhinged. These are the guys that will approach women, and you'll hear about the terrible, unpleasant experience that the women have had with these types of men. Now, I'm not saying that all men in that group are unhinged. I'm saying quite a lot of them are. And even if they aren't unhinged, oftentimes that group of guys are the ones that can't take no for an answer. Now, the majority of men oftentimes aren't approaching women. Anytime that you're out strolling on the street or at a nightclub, wherever you may be, if you tally up the amount of men that don't pay you any mind at all to the guys that actually approach you, the guys that approach you will always be the minority. So the majority of men haven't been approaching anyway, right? But if you are on social media or you just listen to women, they are generally repulsed by the existence of men. Right? The way that they speak, and of course this is it, they speak in a general way. But for the good men that may be wanting to approach you, they only hear about your general feelings towards men, which is that you don't want men to approach you, which is that your interactions with men generally is an inconvenience, and overall throughout your life experience has been an unpleasant interaction. Now, while that may be true for the guys that you are specifically speaking about, where it's said in a general sense, most men don't know who you're talking about, and so would rather stay away than actually approach. So while I don't think men are waiting for a woman to approach, I do think that they are waiting for more of a kind of sign or acknowledgement that you are available.
Why do men think it's appropriate to approach women in public who are actively engaged in something? Like, I went to the park yesterday to have a little fall picnic by myself for my birthday. Yeah, happy birthday me. And this man came up to me while I was reading a book and just started asking me questions. What's your favorite color? Do you like to dance? What's your favorite sport? Where are you from? How old are you? Are you single or married? In what universe is that appropriate? And then he had the audacity to get a little snippy with me when he asked for my social media, and I said, sorry, I don't give that out to strangers. He's like, well, how are you gonna make connections? I don't wanna make a connection with you. Go away. I just can't ever imagine myself doing that. Like, it's so bizarre.
I'm gonna say it, and you're not gonna like what I have to say. You're not gonna like it, man. You're not gonna like it. Where are the real men at? I'm sick of it. They don't make men like they used to. I'm gonna say it loud and proud, because tell me why men these days, they don't want to do an oil change. They don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to do anything. If Google doesn't know, babe, they don't know. Tell me why my dad knows every single thing to do with his hands. I could ask my dad to literally build a bridge for me to get to the other side of the road. That man will do it within 1 hour. You ask a man this day and age, hey, can you tell me how to check my tire pressure? Yeah, let me Google that. What do you mean you have to Google it? What do you mean you have to Google it, man? What do you mean? You are a man. This is what you're built for, babe. This is what you're built for, and you don't even know how to check my tire pressure. Please. I'm sick of having men that don't know how to literally use their hands. I'm sick of it. Be a man!
The universal issue I think most women are going through right now is that men have stopped asking women out. And this is obviously only applying to like heterosexual people. I'm a straight woman, so I don't know what it's like dating as a lesbian, bi, gay. pansexual person. However, I'm going to speak from my own experience as a heterosexual woman. So I thought it was a me issue that I was never getting asked out. Like, I've never been asked out in any other situation but a club. I thought that was me. I thought I was either just like not attractive enough or just gave off the vibe of like, do not speak to me or you're dead. I was listening to a podcast today and a girl was saying how all of her friends that are single have not been asked out. They've always done the asking out. And I think this is just like a thing now. There's this man's TikToks that have been coming up on my For You page quite a lot, and he's like, guys, this is how you ask a girl out. And he's in London and he's just going up to girls and he's going like, oh, like, I really like your outfit. Are you single? Do you want my number? Let's go for a coffee. As simple as that. Like, literally, so like nice, kind, considerate, respectful, not screaming at them from across the street, catcalling them, not getting offended if they say no. And all of the comments shocked me. All of these guys are like, I never knew that's how you asked a girl out. I didn't know you asked girls out like that. Like, oh, I'm going to use this now. Like, I'm so scared of asking girls out. I didn't know this was a thing. And it's making me realise that I do generally just think men aren't asking women out anymore. And women, because of the way my generation have been brought up, is that you don't ask a guy out. That looks so desperate. We have no other choice. We literally have no other choice. To be fair, I have never asked anyone out. I've asked for somebody's number once in a club as I was leaving. And to be fair, I did get it. But nothing ever come of it. And that's the only time. I, again, would be scared to do that. And when I think about it, I'm like, men, I don't know how your brains works. But I can imagine it's very similar to ours. It's like you're scared that you're either going to get rejected. I also think there's an extra layer now for men if they're worried that if they are a decent guy, that they're going to come across as like harassing or like being too sexually inappropriate, which, unless you are being sexually inappropriate, it's unlikely that that's going to come across. But I understand why some men protect women's boundaries, and I think that's incredible and amazing. I do think it's putting this barrier in place of like, men aren't asking women out, women aren't asking men out, so unless it's like a very purposeful meet up on a date with a dating app, which we all hate, let's be real, or you're getting introduced by a friend, or you're in a club, which clubs aren't really a thing anymore, like clubs are going bust. How are you supposed to meet people? And that's why so many people my age are single. I think I've said these statistics in a video before, but more than ever, men in their early 20s are not having any sex because they're not dating, because I think that then creates this whole incel culture, because when I've watched documentaries on incels, they're mainly men that are, in their own words, I'm going to be careful what I say because I don't want anyone to come for me, they're men that struggle to attract women. And I also think the issue is men have these really high expectations of what women should look like for social media. But vice versa, women have very high expectations of what they think an average man looks like. Because of this, you have all these really attractive people. Everyone's sat in like the mid to attractive category, not like drop dead, everyone turns in a room. Don't get any attraction. But then saying that, I've seen people on this app who are like the most beautiful women in the world saying they're not getting any male attention. And I think it's because men are scared to go up to women. But equally, women are scared to go up to men. Okay, what are we going to do to sort this situation? I do actually find it quite scary and concerning because firstly, we have a generation of loneliness, which is sad. And that's going to cause like suicide increasing, mental illness increasing, hate behaviour like incel behaviour because it comes from a place of hurt and miseducation. But we're also going to have less children being born, less marriages, less relationships, more unhappiness. It's just going to be a really sad society. Like, I love love. I love romance. I love love. I love the idea of like courtship. I love it all. And it just makes me sad that like less and less people are experiencing that more and more people are spending their 20s and late teens single, alone, in the house, not meeting people, not building confidence, not learning social skills, not learning boundaries. And actually, I think what this guy is doing, I don't know his art, is actually incredible, because from the comments it is giving men confidence. I do think just going up to somebody and saying, hi, like, you look nice, like, sorry if this comes off weird, but I think I really like your style, or you've got a really nice energy or a really nice vibe. Like, you make it less about the physical appearance. Are you single? Do you mind if I grab your number and we can go for a coffee? So chill, there's no expectations put on it. It's not like creepy and weird, and especially if it's in a public setting as well. I think setting is everything. It's unfortunate that men have to think of all these things, which is probably why they aren't asking anyone out, but it's necessary, because women are living in a very scary time at the minute. Men should be scared for women, and unfortunately it's the good guys that suffer. I'm sorry about that, but there are ways around it. And you know, yes, it should be equal 50-50, but I do think it's nice. Call me an anti-feminist, but I do think it's nice when a man asks a woman out, and it makes me sad that this just doesn't happen anymore. And if you do get asked out, let me know, because maybe it is just me, but like, from what I've read, seen, heard, experienced, women aren't getting asked out more, and obviously men aren't getting asked out. So anyone looking for a heterosexual relationship is suffering.